Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, first of all, I'm going to teach you how to make the wrap dress just like I'm wearing, and with the added ruffles. You cannot see my ruffle here, but at the end of this video I have added some clips. You can see me wearing this lovely pretty stylish wrap dress with the ruffles, and I will take you to the journeys of cutting pattern step by step and then turning all the pieces into a lovely stylish dress just like I am wearing it. So another thing I would like to announce, just like in the beginning of this video I mentioned, I am going live and I will be teaching you how to make your YouTube channel. If you have some talents and you want to share with the people, and when you make a YouTube channel, how to get monetized quicker, and how you can make some extra passive income, or you can change your passion into profession as well, your hobbies into profession or some passive income. So we will discuss all these things next week, and when I will be live I will be still picking up your question and I will be keep answering it. So there will be a lovely session and meeting you all guys in a live, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see you all next week, and time and date I will add later on. So let's get started with our today's video. Let's start by cutting pattern. I am using cross and dot paper. This really helps to draw straight line even if you don't have a ruler with you. So you can use any pattern paper for making the pattern, and once you make a pattern, then you can keep it and use it again and again. So I am cutting first bodice part, because this wrap dress normally has two parts, bodice and skirt part. So first we will be cutting bodice part, and I am cutting back part. So for cutting bodice I'm using my length 15 inches. So you can choose your upper length you want to make, but I think it is standard. If you are medium to small size, that's the standard 15 inches. So I mentioned 15 inches, and width according to your bust measurement. Take your bust measurement and add 2 inches extra, because we're cutting a pattern at the moment. So my bust measurement is 20 front and 20 back. So I added 2 inches extra. So 22 inches front and 22 inches back. And shoulder measurement, I took 7 inches front and 7 back. And now 7 inches I'm going down for armhole I'm going to make, and mark it here from shoulder 7 inches down. So that will include all of our cutting. So from diagonally, just I took 2 centimeter inside, because when we cut front part of the arm, then it is deeper than the back. So use your French curve ruler, or if you are good with a freehand drawing, so just simply curve, make a small curve. Because I'm making back part, so I'm cutting back. Don't cut too deep. And I'm cutting 3 inches wide and 2.5 inches depth. Now is a waist. My waist is 16 from front and 16 inches from the back. So I'm cutting now, going to give a shape. I just making armhole, because when you mark everything, that become really easy to cut. So now for the shoulder, because our shoulders are not straight, they are diagonal, so I'm going 1 centimeter down and then cutting it diagonally. And now is a neckline. So when we will have a back part of our bodice ready, so we will use this back to cut front parts. And now I took a bust measurement because my bust measurement is 2, and I took extra fabric only to give a shape for our armhole. Now this is my measurement, exact measurement, and when we will cut on the fabric, we can cut ½ centimeter extra from each side. Now I'm using this fabric for the cutting front part. For the front part, for the wrap dress, we need basically two parts, because the front part are wrapping on each other. So we will be cutting the exact two pieces. In the middle, we will give a V shape but diagonal, slight curve and diagonal shape we will give. I'm exactly cutting first the pattern like back part, and then we will give our curves and any editing afterward. So half of our work done when we cut the same piece as the back. So for the front, now I'm going to give it a shape. So I'm making armhole, front armhole 2 centimeter deeper. I wanted the ruffle coming little bit in the front, so that's why one part I will be cutting right at the end, and other part I will not cut at the end. You just keep watching, and then you can make it slightly curve if you want a freehand drawing, or use your French curve ruler to give slight curved shape, so your V-neck look nicer. So the both ways are fine. You can use your freehand drawing, because once your pattern is ready and you are happy with it, you can use it again and again. And now I am cutting it slightly curve. So one part of our front part is ready, and I'm going to use the same part and cut the other side. So these two sides and the front can wrap on each other. When we are cutting other part of our front bodies, then make sure the pattern we have, we put it upside down. In this way we will have the two sides facing each other. Now after cutting the front part, now our both front wrap parts are ready, and this is how they look like. So this is totally up to you which part you want to go upside and which one is at the bottom. So we have two parts ready, and we can use this. This is a gap of 3 inches in between, because that's why I wanted. There are many other ways you can cut the wrap dress, but this pattern, especially for the ruffle, I wanted 3 inches to start with. Now it is time to cutting a skirt. So it's pattern for the skirt. First of all, I'm going to cut the back, and simply I'm cutting A-line skirt. So if you want to make A-line skirt, or if you want a circle skirt, it's totally up to you, but I want A-line, and then I want to add ruffle, otherwise it will be too big and flary, so I don't want too much flare. So according to my waist measurement, as I mentioned, there was 16 inches from the front and 16 at the back. That's why I used, and bottom of the A-line you can choose according to your choice. After cutting back part of the skirt, then it is easy to cut the front part. So because I wanted to add a ruffle and I want to make slight curve, So I will simply cut the same pattern as the back side first, and then I will give slight shape as I want. So if you want to give a different shape, then simply you can make V line or curved, more curved. It's totally up to you. So that's the pattern I'm making, that's I'm going to design. So because my front is totally not at the end, I keep it 3 inches away. So one part I am making fully exactly like the base of my top, and other part will be 3 inches smaller, so our ruffle will be shown in the front. Now I'm placing the same pattern upside down for cutting other part. So one part of the skirt is 3 inches smaller, so I marked it 3 inches, and now accordingly I'm going to curve it. One part, the part is at the base, that will go right at the end, and this is a curve, it will come on the top of the back part. So this is how it's done. Now I'm cutting it. So we have 2 front parts of our skirt and 2 front parts of our bodice. So that's how our front skirt parts will wrap on each other. And then I will add ruffle on the top. This is the back part and this is the front part of the skirt. So now our pattern is ready and you can use it again and again. And now I'm going to use these pattern pieces and simply place on the fabric and cut on the fabric. This fabric I am using is called crinkle fabric. It is not really see-through, but it's a good weight for summer fabric, and it has a good drape and it has no stretch. So I'm simply placing my pattern papers on the fabric and cutting it. Then I will show you how to join these pieces together. Now I have cut pieces 4 inches wide strips of fabric for ruffle, so you can add ruffle as much you want. So this is how we will be adding ruffle on the curved sides. But first of all we will attach our skirt pieces together and then we will add ruffle. So now I'm attaching these skirts parts together as well, front and back. Sides we will stitch them, so we will have a skirt and bodice part joined together. So similarly I'm going to attach bodice parts as well. Now I have attached skirt parts together facing right side each other and the bodice as well, and make sure you now stitching we are now stitching bodice and skirt together. Make sure these joint edges they matching each other, so they all come in a straight line. So now I have attached this bodice part and skirt part together, and this is how our dress looks like. Now they wrap on each other and you can see there is a 3 inches gap in the front part. Now I'm going to prepare ruffle. For making ruffle, one side I will simply hem and other side I will do wide stitch, and then I will start pulling the thread from one side and I will start adding ruffle by doing this. I have one video previously for adding ruffle, and I will see if I can find it, and I will add the link below so you can see. But it's a very easy process. Just do wide stitch on your machine and then pull the thread, and the ruffles, they keep coming like this. And make sure they are all balanced and on the same distance, not too many ruffles on one side and too less on other side. Make sure they are all in the same length, just like this. Now my ruffle is ready, and now I'm going to start attaching it with the curved part, and this is how it looks like. So this is our ruffle, and at the edge I will cut slightly curved, and then we will hem all around the ruffle, so our corner will be neat. Now this is a one side and continuous other side, and I have done hemming as well, hemming around the ruffle edges. And now I'm going to add some ruffle around sleeves. So I cut 4 inches wide strip. So ruffle, as many ruffle you want, this is totally up to you, but edges of I will slightly curve them, so at the base of your arm it will be less width, and in the center of the arm it will be wider. So I'm adding a ruffle in the same way as I did in the front of the dress. Keep pulling the thread up, and this is a ruffle for our sleeves. And make sure the center, you have marked center, so you will match the stitches. Now I'm making sure these stitches are aligned and fix it with a pin, and then you can adjust your ruffle. If the ruffles are less on one side, just simply move with your hand on the center of the sleeves and pin up in the around the shoulder as well, so they stay intact when you are stitching. So when you are happy with the ruffle size everywhere, then take this fabric under the sewing machine and then fix it. Now our ruffle is ready. This is how it looks like. And end of the ruffle, just hem it just like we did in the front ruffle. For the hemming, you just fold slightly inward and then iron it, because a lot of ruffles is very good idea to keep ironing to have a neat stitches, and the ruffle stitch will be stable as well, so keep stitching them. Now I'm going to add belt around the neckline. For the belt around the neckline, I cut 2 inches wide strip and a continuous strip, and attach it once in the front, and then using my needle I fold it inside and use my needle. So just like this, I did a rough stitching, so it will be easy to handle the stitch. And now I'm going to take it under the sewing machine. I did one previous video on a wrap dress as well. Here we go, our dress is ready, and this is how it looks like. So I did not add ruffle around neck, because otherwise I was thinking there are too many ruffles, so I just added ruffle around skirt, wrap skirt, and ruffle around sleeves. So I added belt as well. So I would love to hear your comments. What do you think? And any suggestion, feel free to ask for the next video, and I will see you all in my live session next week anyway. So please let me know your ideas. I really appreciate your time and your comments, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.